Hi friends, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Phantom Curiosities. Today's episode, you need a warning for it because it is not only extremely graphic, violent, about abuse and murder. This story may make you rethink and relook at any type of Hello Kitty memorabilia in your life. Just a warning, throwing it out there. Whatever trigger warning you may need, you could see another episode instead of this one about a creepy haunted doll or something. We have many of those. But today we are going to be talking about none other than not only Hello Kitty, the iconic Japanese figurine, but the murders that involved one Hello Kitty figurine. Or should I say murder? Just letting you know now. Okay, let's get started and dive right into the story of Hong Kong's notorious Hello Kitty murder. When a 14-year-old girl told police she was being haunted by a ghost of a woman, they didn't believe her. But when she explained who the woman was, they were horrified. In May of 1999, a 14-year-old girl made her way to a Hong Kong police station. She told officers that for the past several weeks, she's been constantly plagued by the ghost of a woman who had been bound by electrical wire and tortured to death. The police brushed her off, dismissing her claims as nothing but dreams of teenage nonsense. Their interest was piqued, however, when she explained that the ghost was of a woman she had a hand in murdering. Following the child back to a flat in the city's run-down Kowloon district, they discovered that the girl's dreams were in fact very real nightmares. Inside the flat, they found an oversized Hello Kitty doll with a decapitated skull of a woman inside it. The case became known as the Hello Kitty murder and was regarded throughout Hong Kong as one of the most depraved crimes in memory. The Hello Kitty murder victim was Fan Man-yi. Fan Man-yi's life was tragic even before she was decapitated and her head was found stuffed inside of a doll. After being abandoned by her family as a child, she was raised in a girl's home. By the time she was a teenager, she had developed a drug addiction and was turning to becoming a sex worker to pay for her habit. By 23 years old, she had secured a job as a hostess at a nightclub, though she still was battling her addiction. In early 1997, Fan Man-yi met Chan Man-luk, a 34-year-old socialite. The two met at the nightclub and discovered they had something in common. Fan Man-yi was a sex worker and a drug addict, and Chan Man-luk was a pimp and a drug dealer. Before long, Man-yi was a regular addition to Man-luk's group, in addition to his henchmen. Later, in 1997, desperate for money and drugs, Fan Man-yi stole Man-luk's wallet and attempted to make off with the $4,000 inside it. She hadn't realized that Chan Man-luk was the last person she should have stolen this money from, because as soon as he saw that his cash was gone, Man-luk enlisted two of his henchmen, Lu Sen-sho and Lu Wa-lun, to kidnap Man-yi. He intended to force her into sex work for himself and take the money she earned as payback for the cash she had stolen from him. Before long, however, the plan had gotten out of hand. The drug lord and his henchmen soon decided that simply having Fan Man-yi go into sex work wasn't going to be enough and began torturing her. They tied her up and beat her, and for over a month subjected her to various horrors of burning her skin. Some say they even took plastic pieces of straw, burned it, and branded her, making her have sex with them, and degrading things such as eating human fecal matter. Although this torture of Fan Man-yi was horrifying enough, perhaps more horrifying is the tale of the 14-year-old girl who reported her murder to the police. Not only was she responsible for torturing the tortured, she was one herself. This 14-year-old girl, known only as Ah Fong, likely a fake name given to her by the Hong Kong courts, the 14-year-old girl was a girlfriend of Chan Man-luk. Although girlfriend's a very loose term. He's 34. She's a minor. Sadly, in all likelihood, this girl was another one of his sex workers. At one point, Ah Fong, the 14-year-old girl, was visiting the torturers trio in Man-luk's apartment. She witnessed Man-luk kick Man-yi 50 times in the head. She then joined in hitting Man-yi in the head. This young girl, through the details of the extent of the torture inflicted by Ah Fong, were not released. As part of her plea deal, they were no doubt very extensive though. When asked about them, she replied, "I had a feeling that they were doing all of this for fun." After a month of torture, Ah Fong, the 14-year-old girl, discovered that Fan Man-yi had died overnight, probably from the torture. Chan Man-luk and his henchmen argued that she had died from an overdose of methamphetamines and that she had administered it herself, though most experts speculate it was her injuries that eventually killed her. The only speculated because there was no way they knew for sure. After discovering she was dead, the henchmen moved Man-yi's body to the apartment bathtub and dismembered her with a saw. Then they cooked individual pieces of her to stop the decomposition, emitting the smell of rotting flesh. They were using the same boiling water on stoves that they had used to cook their dinner. These killers boiled pieces of her and disposed of them within the household's garbage. They saved her head, however, after boiling it, and allegedly used the same kitchen utensils that they used to stir their meals that day, to move it around in the pot. They sewed the skull in an oversized Hello Kitty mermaid doll. Yes, the head of Fan Man-yi. Additionally, they kept one of Fan Man-yi's teeth and several of her organs, and they stored it in plastic bags. In the trials for the Hello Kitty murder, in exchange for protection, which she also likely received in part due to the fact that she was so young, Ah Fong attested against Chan Man-luk and his two henchmen. In an attempt to rid herself of the haunting she claimed to be experiencing, she detailed the torture that the three men had put on Fan Man-yi. The story was so disturbing, many felt that it could possibly not be true at all. But the evidence discovered by the police was damning and downright disturbing. The apartment in which all of this happened, Man-yi was tortured in, was full of Hello Kitty memorabilia, from the sheets to the curtains to the towels and silverware. Furthermore, the body parts were found inside were of Man-yi's, and evidence that three men had interacted with them. Due to the state of these remaining body pieces, the police medical examiners were unable to determine the cause of death, but they had no doubt that she had experienced torture. Undeniable, indescribable torture. They inflicted so much damage that no one could tell whether it was a drug, overdose, or torture. As a result, the three were convicted of manslaughter. As the jury believed that they had caused her death, death was not the intent. The charge left Hong Kong's public reeling from the Hello Kitty murder, but the trio was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole in 20 years. And I don't know about you, but I will never look at Hello Kitty memorabilia the same after this. So that is the extremely disturbing, extremely worrisome, haunting, downright gruesome and disgusting Hello Kitty murders of Hong Kong. One of the most eerie, interesting parts of this story is that this apartment that everything happened in, the tortures, everything, that there is a ghost shadow of a woman seen in this abandoned apartment, now abandoned, walking throughout the apartment by strangers, onlookers, but again, it's abandoned. And people believe that it's Fan Man-yi's ghost still haunting that apartment. Imagine still being trapped there after all of this. Gives me downright chills Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more Phantom Curiosities and other makeup videos. We do beauty makeups, effects videos, body paintings, get all types of creepy, creative, and interesting things. Leave a comment down below on what you would love to see on Phantom Curiosities. Is there any cryptids? Is there any ghosts? Is there any haunted objects you would love to see? Let me know, and if I choose your comment, I'll definitely shout you out. Love you, creators, and I will see you in the next video every Monday and Friday here on this channel. Bye. Sweet dreams.